And in studio right now, I'm going to get to Jeff coming up in a second, but let's start with Ray Durso and Brian McQueen. Gentlemen, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, Bill. How are you?
Hard to believe that here we are already talking about 9/11, and you guys put on the prayer breakfast every year. Let's talk about that.
Yes, it is the 17th annual 9/11 community prayer breakfast, and we emphasize community because we want the invitation to be to the entire Mohawk Valley region.
All right.
And we have law enforcement, firefighters, military, emergency responders, Gold Star families, but it is an invitation to the entire community to come together to remember what happened that day and to also appreciate the sacrifice that is made on a regular basis.
And what is, it's funny, these days they go by, and year after year goes by, it still means so much to us, right?
Absolutely, Bill. I think we can all remember, especially us, that how where we were that day, and that picture of those planes, hitting the tower, and just wondering, what's going on.
Yeah.
And the first one you hit the tower, you think, oh my God, pilot error.
Yeah.
But then when the second one hit, you go, we're under attack.
This is an attack. And every year we hear these stories, and a lot of people from here went down there. And played a role in the rescue efforts and everything else.
Yeah, they did, and I think what what we're starting to find out now. We were just talking about it in the room. There is that, more and more people are dying from it, from the toxins and the carcinogenic agents that were in those towers. So they weren't dying from being in there, but they were dying from the rescue efforts from cancer.
Well, you remember those that huge plume of just going down the alleyways and down the streets, that huge cloud of really poison, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, Ray. So, how does it work, and how can people get involved?
So it is this Tuesday, September 11th, and if you recall, 17 years ago, the 11th was on a Tuesday, cool, crisp morning. So it is this Tuesday at Harts Hill Inn. We start at 7:30. We end at 8:46, which is the time of when the first plane hit the first tower. We certainly invite everyone to come make a reservation at thegenesisgroup.org, and certainly we welcome everyone to join us. It's a wonderful program, and it really has a great following, and we certainly look forward to sharing in that. And Brian is our keynote speaker this year, and he'll be talking about how this day affects him and what he believes in this.
And Brian, how does it affect you? What's personal about it for you?
What's personal about it is the loss of lives, and 4 years I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is the fastest growing cancer in the fire service today. And now the Believe 271 Foundation is has taken up the role and the mission of protecting firefighters from cancer. And I just pick up the papers and I read it, and I see so many people that are dying. Just last week.
Were you there? Where did you go down?
I was not there, but a great friend of mine passed away a couple days ago. That was he was a D.C. firefighter captain, and he was at the Pentagon for many days on the rescue and on the response, and he passed away from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma from being there. Yeah. So
and see there's something else here. We hear about the stuff with Chief Brooks. And there's this, without getting into the political battle over, did he get it in 9/11? Did he not? If you're a firefighter, and you spent the number of years that you've spent, or that Chief Brooks has spent, or any firefighter, you are subjected to toxins every time there's another blaze that you travel to.
That's absolutely correct. And, this is just really the incidents that are happening at 9/11. I'm sure Jeff's going to talk a little bit about that as well. Is just bringing it more to the forefront, to the front line. That there's more to it than just the attacks of at 9/11. Firefighters today are going into more hazardous material fires, and they need to protect themselves. Because there's more plastics in the homes today. There's more composite material in the homes today, and we're breathing those things in. We're soaking them into our body, and firefighters need to take the initiative to protect themselves, not just for themselves but for their families.
All right, gentlemen. And again, they reach out to the website.
TheGenesisGroup.org, this Tuesday, September 11th, 7:30 a.m. at Harts Hill Inn.
All right, I want to talk to Jeff Burkhart, who's in as well. Jeff is the founder and director of the Central New York Memorial Stair Climb. And this has a great meaning to it as well in terms of the number of stairs, 110 flights, right?
That's what we do. We do 55 stairs up, or flights up, and 55 flights down.
And that is significant because that's the number of floors in the World Trade Center.
Right, the 110. So everything we do during the stair climb has some type of symbolic meaning. I mean, even right down to the number of people we send in the first wave is 110 people. I mean, so there's nothing by accident during the entire day.
Everything is by design. Saturday, you're doing this on Saturday, right?
This is tomorrow. Tomorrow.
I forget today's
Lord.
Friday. I didn't. Was off first 2 days of the week.
We have a whole bunch of stuff that starts tonight and goes all the way through Saturday night. So it's not just a climb. This is actually turned into an entire event.
And this is held at the state office building, right?
This is at the state office building.
All right. Fill everybody in on how they can get involved and some of the things you're going to be doing.
Sure. So tonight it starts with we're doing a motorcycle ride coming in. It's not really a ride. It's more of like an escort. Firefighter Tim Duffy from FDNY is retired. Some of you may know who he is. He's the firefighter wearing full fire turnout gear riding a Harley into Ground Zero just after the first tower fell. And then moments after the picture was taken, he ran into the other tower.
Wow.
So he was one of the survivors from the buildings collapsing. So he's going to be riding that motorcycle into town. The escort starts at the Herkimer Thruway exit and then leads him to our Icebreaker event tonight, which is only basically for registered volunteers and climbers because we have a whole bunch of stuff going on.
You think about how we all feel about that day and where we were, and you still have those feelings of you get the chills when you think about what you were doing and when you first heard. Imagine what he feels like.
Yeah,
this is a guy that all of these first responders that survived, and they know people that did not survive. It's really incredible.
I got to know a lot of the guys through doing this. I do these stair climbs all over the country, not just in Utica. We're actually part of a larger association that does them in Dallas, New York City, stuff like that.
Wow.
So I've actually gotten to know a lot of good friends, and last year we had one of those. Actually, this past year, Ray Pfeiffer passed away. He was a big proponent for the Zadroga Act, which gave health care to first responders that were at 9/11. And unfortunately, he lost his battle with 9/11 related cancers. But we've made so many contacts, and Tim Duffy isn't the only fire department in New York, the guy that's coming in. We're bringing some more people in, and it's amazing to see the reaction from the community. And this year, especially because we moved it to a Saturday. It used to be on a Friday. We moved it to a Saturday, and we're doing a kids event out back. So there's some limited spots for that. But more importantly is, the climb itself. Each person that climbs has a tag for one of the 423 first responders. We wanted to honor almost 3,000 of those people that died that day, but it's just we can't fit 3,000 people in the state office building. So we kind of picked and choose the first responders.
All right.
And symbolically, they're putting on all that gear, police, fire gear, whatever it is, and they're climbing. That's what they're doing. And this year, because we moved it to a Saturday, some other stuff, our fire department spots, so 344 spots filled up in less than 3 days.
Wow.
And that was back in April.
Wow.
People can still come out and watch. We have at the end of everybody's climb, there's a big memorial board where they hang the tags. That's going to be live video streamed on our website.
Okay,
you can come out and watch what's going on. We have a whole bunch of memorial aspects, again, built in throughout the day. Everything on the timeline of 9/11, that's what we represent.
All right, and the opening ceremony starts at 8:30 by design. Everything is by design.
Yep.
And we remember it was shortly thereafter that the first plane flew in. CNYStairClimb.com.
That's correct. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, we're there.
All right, so there's a lot going on, gentlemen. What you guys are doing, we really appreciate. So
thank you.
It's important for the community to be a part of it.